Hi, I'm Tim and thanks for watching this video. Grandstream have just released their Grandstream Home App available on Apple and Android devices. What does it do? Well, it allows you to control one of these, a Grandstream GWN7062E home router, or you can control one of these, which is the Grandstream GWN7062ET router. So if you're thinking of buying one of these, or you already own one and you'd like to control it via the smartphone app, then keep watching this video and I'll show you how. And here we are with the screen on my Android tablet, which is being broadcast to my computer screen. So what we first need to do is go in and connect to the Wi-Fi network for the GWN7062E. So let's go into the settings, select Wi-Fi, and then wait for the wireless network to pop up, which it should do in a second. And here we go, it's GWN6DF96C. We'll enter the password to access the wireless network and select connect. So the best thing to do first is to always connect to your GWN7062E or ET first via Wi-Fi before you actually download the app and set it up. So now that we're connected to that, we can go back and we can go into the Google Play Store and then search for the app, which is called Grandstream Home. And here we are, we've got Grandstream Home. So what we'll do is click install, wait for the app to install, and it is doing now. We can then close the apps so that we're back at the desktop. And then as you'll see, if we swipe up to all the apps, we've got GS Home. So we select the app. Now it's asking me to log in. Now, if you haven't already registered an account, then you'll need to select the register account option and then verify your email. So you will get a verification code to verify your account, as you do with most registrations on various apps nowadays. So I'll enter my email address that I've previously registered and then the password that I've already created. And then now that we've entered those credentials, we'll select sign in. And as you can see, it's got my home. And then all we need to do with the my home screen here is select add device and then select the model of the router or router that you're using. In this case, it's a GWN7062E, or you can also add the GWN7062ET as well. So this app is just for the home routers or routers, so the new ones that have just been released. So we'll select GWN7062E and select next because we've already connected it, and then select already connected to Wi-Fi. Now it's detecting the device and then it's asking for the router or router login password. So we'll enter that. So this is the usual password that you enter when you're accessing it from the usual web interface via a web browser, and click submit. And there we go. It's now added the GWN7062E router or router to the home app. As you can see, we've got download speed. So it tells you the current speed that the internet connection is operating at. It's showing connected. We've also got a notification icon in the top right here, which is the bell icon. So it's saying that the port is connected, port disconnected, and then port connected. So these were yesterday. So they're old notifications. So we'll click back with the arrow. Then you can see we've got the actual device itself. And then we can also add a mesh node. So if you're using these devices and having multiple devices of the same one, you can actually mesh them together via Wi-Fi. So all you would do is click the plus and then add the other device into the network. So we've got clients option here. So if we select that, it tells you the clients that are currently connected. So there's one online, there's two offline. So it's devices that were previously connected to the network. And then we've got block list. So there's no devices in there. So if you did want to block a device, you could actually do that and it will appear in the block list here. So we'll go back. We've also got the option for parental controls. So all you need to do is add a device. So then you'd pick the client. So in this case, we'll say tab 1, which is the device I'm currently using. Select next. And then you can restrict it via app control, web category control, or also block list URLs. You can also set the internet time limit and the duration limit as well. So if you want to restrict the internet to certain hours of the day, or for example, only give your children, say, 2 hours of access, then you can all do this in this rules option here. So we'll go back again, and then we've got the guest Wi-Fi. So you can actually set up a guest Wi-Fi. So to do that, you'll click the slider. Then you will get the QR code that you can scan or share to allow guest Wi-Fi. So we'll just go back, wait for the Wi-Fi to just reconnect itself, which it should do in a moment, because we've just been playing around with the guest Wi-Fi and enabling that. So we'll just wait for it to reconnect. And as you can see, we've now got guest Wi-Fi, which is turned on. We've also got intelligent detection. So if we select that option, this is a one-click detection to report any issues with your network. So it will do a basic security protection check, network connectivity check, connection speed and signal quality as well. Then we've got advanced settings. So in here, we can go into the internet settings. Say if you're changing your internet service provider and they need different settings, then you would go in here and change the various options. Say, for example, obtain IP automatically. You could actually change that to static IP and so on. Then we've got Wi-Fi general settings. So here you can set the channel bandwidth, the channel numbers and the broadcast radio power for the wireless network as well. We can also enable dynamic optimization for the channels. So the Wi-Fi channels, it will optimize them dynamically, automatically. And we've also got Wi-Fi 5 compatibility option. So if you encounter any issues with some of your older devices, then that option might be turned on, or you may wish to turn it on to improve connectivity. Then we've got router or router upgrade. And here you can check for updates, and you can also do the upgrade detection option here. So if we select that, you'll see that the current version is 1.0.3.10. Now, just to make you aware that you will need the latest version of the firmware, and it needs to be at least version 1.0.3.10 to be able to use the Grandstream Home App. Or I think you can actually use just the previous version before this one as well. So just make sure that you do update the firmware on your router or router before attempting to use the Grandstream Home App. So we'll go back. We can also do a factory reset of the router. So if we select that option, it's saying connect to the router's default Wi-Fi to perform factory reset. So we'll click OK, and then we'll go to LED indicators. And here you can actually change the LED indicators to always on. You could change it to always off. So this is the LED on the front of the GWN7062E or ET model. So it's the blue light on the front of the device. So you can actually turn it off as well within a specific time period. So if you want the LED to be off at night, then you could actually do a schedule with that. So we'll just cancel that, go back again. And here you can then set up the security firewall. So at the moment, we've got basic security defense turned on. So currently at the moment, that's the only option in the security firewall is basic security defense. So if we go back, now we've looked at those options, you'll see we've got Wi-Fi settings here. So we can actually change the Wi-Fi network, change the password, frequency bands, encryption method, and also hide the Wi-Fi network if we want to as well. So we'll go back, and then the other option is here where we've got a QR code. Select the button. It will bring up the QR code, which you can then scan or send to someone to be able to allow them to connect to your Wi-Fi instead of using, for example, password. So then the other option is device control. Here you can actually restart the router or router, and you can actually turn the LED on or off without setting up a schedule. So we'll go back, then we'll go back again with the arrow, and then you'll see we've got my home here. So what we can do is actually click the plus button, and you can manually add additional routers or routers in there, or you can scan the QR code on the device, which will then automatically add it. So you can either manually add it or scan it via the QR code. Select my home, and then we can actually set up room management or home management. So if we go into home management, you can actually rename the home. So if you want to do that, click on it. You can change the name from, say, my home to home 1 and select save. And now that's renamed it to home 1. You can also add a room. So if you've got multiple routers or routers and you're using meshing, for example, you could actually set up rooms so that you know which router or router is in which room. So you click add room, select living room, click add, click plus, select a bedroom, click add, and there we go. We've got living room and then bedroom. So we can go back, and there we are back at the home screen. So if we select the device again, you can actually click on the device and then it will show you the MAC address, serial number, hardware version, and so on, and also the uptime of the device. So if we go back, so that is the Grandstream Home App for the GWN 7062E and GWN 7062ET home routers or routers. Hope you like this short video and this overview of the app and how to adopt the device into the app. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll be back again soon with more videos. Look after yourselves. Bye for now.